practice been the first couple days?
Great. You know, I mean, you can prepare all summer long, but just the hot August afternoons are, you know, tough to get used to. But you know, we've come a long way in a couple days, so you know, like how practice has been going so far.
Tell me about the offensive line.
Well, we like Coach said earlier, we had so many changes with positions and new guys come in and bringing so much more experience back with Penton and Kevin, and you know, Rapolo over at right tackle has been working in the spring, and you know, I really like how we've come along since spring, and the way we're working now is incredible. It's just like a solid front.
You heard about the preseason ranking. What did you think?
Well, I never really listened to that kind of stuff too much. I try and focus on, you know, what we need to improve on and how much better we can improve, and work and try and achieve those goals of being a better offense, and let that kind of stuff just ride on by.
David, you've been around here forever. It seems like you've been here like, oh, I don't know, 10, 12 years.
Your
whole life. And it's got you listed as just a junior. I know you had the injury here and all that. Talk about leadership now. Obviously, since you've been around the program so long, you played with Coach Lucas all these years. Talk about becoming a leader up front and what you have to do to lead.
Well, I remember seeing it in a movie. It's one of them type of things, and especially you got to serve so you can lead. And it's one of those things where you got to try and push that extra bit so you can, you know, especially with, you know, our standards are really high with offensive line and what we're expected to do. And so, you know, just showing what we have to do really snaps and clicks with a lot of new guys. And, you know, I mean, you aren't going to have a good day every day. So, you know, as a team, as a group, when we build that kind of expectation level, you know, we can really use one another to rely on to help us with those kind of situations. So
you talk about those high standards. Coach Rudolph puts high standards on y'all.
Yes, he does.
Don't mess up. Y'all get graded, and if you don't make the grade, you're in trouble.
Right.
Talk about what it's like to play for a guy who's constantly breaking down your film each game and letting you.
Wouldn't have it any other way. On and off the field, Coach Rudolph's been an awesome friend, an awesome coach, an awesome mentor, and you know, the guy that's on the field and the guy off the field is completely different, but equally awesome. And just it's part of the job, really. You know, he wants us to improve so much and wants so much good stuff for us. That's just his nature. You know, break down the film. You know, call you on your steps. But you know, the thing is, the next play comes around, you know, we don't mess it up. So that's part of the job, is practicing at such a high standard so we can, you know, be the kind of offensive line he knows we can be.
Talk about. Go ahead.
In a quarterback-driven league, how important and how much of an advantage do you guys have this year, having Brian, who's will be his third year as starting quarterback?
Well, with him having such a high ranking last year, and you know, Coach had an awesome film spot where Brian threw the ball down the field and the receiver came out of the frame and he caught it. You know, I was just sitting there going, wow, he does that for a job. And so, you know, it's just me going, you know, I got to do everything I can to keep that going. So, you know, I'm excited about the staff that we have on the offensive line and the receivers and the quarterbacks. And, you know, this past 2 days has been really, really exciting to see how far we've changed since, you know, the past couple semesters.
One of the big things this offseason has been Coach Reeves. From what I understand, dude, don't play. Talk a little bit about the offseason program and working out with him.
Well, Coach Reeves, he's an awesome man. He the first day he introduced himself, he said, "I have one quote," and he coined it. And he said, "If you have no arms or no legs, you can still do neck or abs." And so that's exactly how we work out. If you're injured, you're still in there doing something. And he demands a lot out of us, and he's a great leader, great coach, and knows how to get us strong.